Moxi up. Oh. Well, that part's working. Website. Ah, good. I think we're good. Make sure I can see the site. Yay, we got lucky. So it was just down for a couple of minutes, but it's back up, so that's good news. All right, well, it's time. So we've got about 15-20 minutes to talk about search engine optimization, which I can't think of a more vital topic when it comes to creating your personal brand online for a real estate agent. If we don't address search engine optimization, then we will not get organic traffic. And organic traffic is where somebody searches for either the agent or a property or the brand the agent's created, and finds them on Google on the front page and clicks on it. And that traffic is the most valuable because the person who's making that search, who's looking for a solution, is the customer that we make money from, because we provide the answer to that query, that question. So it could be that they're trying to find out about local properties or valuations or taxes or whatever it may be, real estate related, about where to buy, community information. If they can't find us, then we're secret agents and the whole thing just collapses. So search engine optimization is not a mystery. It is much overblown about how it works. It's actually really, really simple. You have to enter onto your website the content that the potential customer is looking for. It's content driven. So if the answer is not on your website, then the customer won't find you. So if you think about it logically, just having your name and a phone number and I solve real estate problems is not going to work. If you have information about the question on the website, then the Google algorithm will help connect that information to the person seeking it. So the secret to SEO is content. And the better the content, the better the SEO and the better the results. Now, there are some structural things that you've got to put in place to make that content look good. So if you think about like a shop window, if you've got really fine clothes and they're absolutely beautiful, but they're literally in the cardboard boxes as they came from the manufacturer, and they're thrown into the window of the shop, and they're just there in boxes, no one's going to walk past and look at those clothes and buy them. So you've got to get your showroom dummies in order, if you like, have your backgrounds, have your lighting, and have that shop front looking absolutely perfect so that it engages people. And then your content, which is the clothing, really, really well displayed. So on the left-hand side here in the menu, so we get to that by going to, which I just did, we go to Schmidt Resources, click on your state, and then go over to Moxi and sign in. And once you're signed in Moxi, you go to your website and it'll take you to the website admin here. Okay. Then there is an automated tool called Yoast here, which is to help us with SEO. And each agent, if they wish, they can upgrade to a higher version of it, but the one that comes with it is pretty good. So it will tell you, first off, have you got any problems? Are there any serious SEO problems? If you see them here, when you click on SEO and general, then you've got to fix that. If you don't fix that problem, then everything will fall apart. So this is kind of like a background checker to help us. Then down here, we've got search appearance. Just let the page load. And on here, this is where you put the information that the algorithm will see so that it can find your great content. So in terms of SEO, I've got the site title, which is my website name, the page information, a separator, and then a tagline here. So this information here is how it determines what the information looks like on Google. So when you go into SEO here and you click search appearance, this form will come up, and you get the snippet variables they're called here. This is the titles. So they're here. And as long as they look something like this, you're good to go. So the site title, page separator, and then tagline, and then down here, you have the meta description. I just got buy or sell on Space Coast Homes with Coral Bank of Paradise. You don't need anything really long, but for an agent, you would include the name. So it would be buy or sell Space Coast Homes with, and I would put Peter Hopkins, Realtor, and then comma and the brand. So that means if someone's searching for, buy Space Coast Homes and Coldwell Banker, we've got a chance of coming up from that type of organic search. You can add a little more detail in there. So you could put waterfront and luxury home specialist in 32963 Vero Beach. So again, what I'm entering there is I'm putting that we focus on waterfront, we focus on luxury. I would at least capitalize. You don't want to, I know we want to use the word luxury and have it always in uppercase, but not on a search engine. It'll diminish its power. So buy or sell Space Coast Homes with Peter Hopkins, Realtor, Coldwell Bank of Paradise, waterfront and luxury homes specialist in 32963 Vero Beach. And then you could put something like, have a real estate question. I can help. So I've done this, it's just natural language. And the reason that you use natural language is the search engine likes it. Plus, I've got the word real estate in there. So now when the computer's looking, the algorithm's looking at this, it sees Space Coast, it sees my name, it sees realtor, it sees the brand, it sees waterfront, luxury home, it sees the zip code, and it sees real estate. So we put everything in there that would make sense for this page to show for searches that contain those terms. So I've got buy, sell, Space Coast Homes, and I'm just going to put, we have two areas here. So, and again, if you're in Michigan, you might be putting Holland and Grand Rapids, whatever your market dictates. So that's good. So I can save that. Okay. So that's under the general section in SEO. And then down below is search appearance. Okay, now the rest of this stuff is already pre-programmed and plugged. So you don't need to mess with this too much. Okey-doke. So I've got the general setup, which is the main page. Then here it says the settings on this page allow you to specify what the default search appearance should be for any type of content that you have. You can choose which content types appear in search results, and which we do need to do. So we need to do show posts in search results. We don't need the date in there. And we do put show the Yoast SEO meta box. That's the one that I just completed. Okay. And then we've got the same thing here, title page separator. Site title is already pre-programmed in there. But then I have another opportunity here for meta description. So with that, okay, I'm going to put site title there, and then I'm going to put find answers to your real estate questions and browse the space. Again, I'm doing the areas, Space Coast and Treasure Coast MLS, right? So that's another version of the description. Everything else is already pre-built, so we don't need to change that. And I'm going to move along here. It says, we recommend you set this to yes. Redirect attachment URLs to the attachment itself. So the recommendation is yes. So I've switched that over there. I'm just moving along the tabs across the top here. Okay. Then it says show categories in search results. Yes. Then we've got another opportunity here to put in the meta description, which you'll put a different version of it. So I would have Coldwell, banker, paradise, offers, decades of experience in finding real estate solutions and delivering the most accurate MLS home search results. So again, as long as you're using language that you feel is appropriate for the type of content that people are searching for. So home search is a big one. Find a home, homes for sale in, those types of things, you want to build those into natural language. So homes for sale in Vero Beach, 32963. Now the reason I'm picking on that area is because it is the most prestigious. It isn't necessarily where we get the most business. So I'm trying to build up 32963. So I've got that in my description there. Breadcrumbs enable it. Now, the search engines really want to see breadcrumbs. What a breadcrumb is a way for people to move around and the algorithms to track what's going on inside a website. So let's have a look here. Okay, so there is a knowledge base here, article on breadcrumb implementation, and that is something that I would definitely read about. Because it's a bit complicated to go through right now. But if you think of breadcrumbs as being like Hansel and Gretel, when they were going off into the woods, they dropped bits of bread on the ground so they could find a way back. That's what it means. It's to help the search engine move around inside your website. So content type information that needs to go in here, I would definitely check out that knowledge base. But I am going to, for the moment, enable it. Because it's a very high ranking feature that the search engine's looking for. Now RSS, that is content to put before each post in a feed. The RSS feed we don't need to worry about right now. That's if you were taking content from this site and placing it elsewhere. We've gone through those and saved the changes. And then down here, I'm going to go to Search Console. So it says Google has continued its crawl errors API, discontinues. Okay, so I'm not worried about that. That's fine. Okay, so in order to track how well your site's doing, you need to go over to the Google Search Console. That's to see how things are looking online. Which I will cover in 1 second. The social, make sure that you've got your domain name for your Facebook page in here. So if the agent has a business page, which they should, the business page will have a name, and the URL is facebook.com/the page name. That needs to go in there. And if you do use these other pages, you can include them in there as well. Okie doke. So, and then finally drop down to the tools here. Okay, so everything looks good. Right, so what we did to get to that was to go to SEO, go to general, and just work through the tabs. So there's no problems on this page. There is the search appearance, how we want it to look, which is what we were doing, typing in those different meta descriptions that need to go in here. Everything else should be fairly well set up. The name of the website, my name is sellhomesfl.com, so it's Sell Homes Florida. And that needs to go on there for the organization name, so the agent's branded site name. And the meta description, natural language, make sure you include the types of things that you think people will be searching for in there. Now, this is only a tiny part of what will attract traffic, but it's just having that shop window looking the best it can. So make sure that you've gone down those columns, down this column and across these tabs, and completed everything that you can see. And then once you've done that, you're good to go on SEO. The next thing you have to do is build content for the site, because without content, you've got a great shop window, you've got the showroom dummies out there, but they're naked. They've got no clothes on. The clothes is the content. So to create content, you go to here where the common tasks are, and it's personalizing your page, customizing the searches, making sure all of that is in good order. But then you need to start adding pages to the site. So you go to site pages here, and you can click on add new, and you've got a custom page, custom search. You've got these different items. So I'm going to go, in this case, a custom page. And this is where you put the clothes. This is where you put the content, and you build it out. So I would put homes just listed 32963 Vero Beach. Again, I'm using the words that I want people to search for. Then in here, I'd have a blog article about 32963, why it's a great place to live, why it's prestigious in terms of its restaurants and community and amenities. And I put all those good features in there and some photographs, and make sure that every photograph has what we call an alt tag. But on the right-hand side here, it will tell you, it'll say your readability is no good, or your SEO is not looking good. It'll warn you about how your page is doing. So down here is what it looks like on Google. Okay, so it says just listed 32963 Vero Beach, Sell Homes, Florida. And then there's no meta tag there. So I need to edit that. And down here, this is how you build your SEO. You type in for the latest list of homes for sale in Vero Beach, 32963. Actually, I'm just going to take the far out. So I'm just going to put the latest list of homes for sale in Vero Beach, 32963. And I'm going to put luxury and waterfront homes in 32963 with the very latest up to the minute MLS search in Indian River. Let's see. So close the snippet editor. So as you can see here, this is what it'll look like now on Google. It says homes just listed 32963 Vero Beach. Got the page link, which is using the same words. That's very search engine friendly. And I've got the latest list of homes for sale in Vero Beach, 32963, luxury and waterfront homes in 32963 with the very latest up to the minute MLS search in Indian River County. So I'm making it sound very, the content is very new and very accurate. That's what we're looking for. So over here, once you've created your page, you would then add that to your menu and publish it as per any setting up a page. But this, in particular, is how you make sure that it looks good online. All right, we've covered enough time. Is there any questions from anybody?
I've got one, Peter. This is JD, by the way. I'm just curious on your thoughts on creating custom pages like this and using the blog feature. Do you think it's an either or a both sort of a thing?
No, you've got to create custom pages for your searches.
For the searches, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a dedicated search page for this area. So I'm creating like a community page, but on an agent basis. So it's what the agent is looking to find. So the blog is great. Yeah, I mean, the blog's good for content, but it's very hard to keep up to date with original content as a real estate agent. As a marketer, that's your job. You've got to spend your time writing good content, publishing blogs, and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, you want to be doing that. But this is about creating a page where if someone types in luxury waterfront 32963, I want them to find my page. So it's getting really, really specific about it. And then in here, I want to actually have a home search on this page. So you can add, with the tools that we have, you can add those into your page once you've built it. So, I mean, there isn't a lot of difference between a blog page and this from the structure point of view. It's just this will go in the menu at the top of for 32963, whereas if you did it in the blog, it'll go under blog posts, then blog, and her person who blogged it.
Hidden a bit more. Jeanette asks, under SEO and then Search Console, back under Yoast, she says, I have a settings tab. Should I click Get Google Authorization Code?
Yes.
There we go.
I'm just trying to save my page. Just give me a sec, because I'm actually going to build this. I'm going to build this page out. Yeah, a Google code is a UA code, and that's how you track using analytics. So yes, you want to register your website with Google Search Console, and once you've done that, you'll get a UA code, and then that will go into the SEO here under settings and analytics down here.
Ginny asked, how do you add the search to that page that you were creating? And Ginny, that's a bit of a bigger next step. But we do, if you go to the Schmidt Video Classroom, we do have videos that cover that specifically, how to add custom searches to a custom page like that. But you can also...
what you got to do is you go on your website and find the search, first of all. So go on your website and conduct the search. Then it'll give you a URL, and then you've got to copy and paste the search part of that URL into your custom search links here. And then you put the custom search link on your page. That's the way I do it. There's probably other ways as well. So you can add here, look, add a new search. And you see here it says search, and then big long stuff of words and characters. That's the URL that you've got from your actual search on your website. And then you would put up here for custom search, I would put Vero Beach 32963 waterfront and luxury homes for sale. That's the name of my search. The custom path you would find by actually going to your website, sellhomesfl.com, and then I would type in here that I want to start with the search first of all. So I've got the zip code. I'd actually be doing a map search with this one. Can you see how it's taken? It's done it for me already. I've got the Vero Islands here, but I don't want to put all the homes on there because I want to really concentrate on the luxury. So I'm going to go, I will use 525,000. I would go and check on the luxury search tool on CB Exchange just to check in your zip code what your luxury limit is. I mean, we've got a $21 million house here and 10 million and what have you. So this is the search here at the top. And all I've got to do is click it, copy it. And then, because that's my search, it's that easy. Then I go back to the page where I was creating the custom search, and I'm going to paste it, but I've got to get rid of part of it. So it's a very, very long URL. See how long it is? Massive. But we only want the bit that says search / and get rid of that. So that's it. And then you click save, and that's the custom search created. So that's done. And then you're going to decide where you're going to add that custom search later. So it might be onto a page, you might link it to your menu so that it appears right at the top of your page. But again, as JD says, there's other training for that. Any other questions, JD?
Yep. Juliet has one that might be something that she has to follow up with you on after, but she says, I applied for my certificate and still have not received confirmation for my site.
What, the SSL?
I believe
Okay.
that's what she's referring to.
Right.
Yeah.
So hit the help button down here and bang in there SSL, and then click content and say, hey, where's my SSL, guys? Need it.
And then last question. This is more of a comment than a question, but Candy in Ohio said school district is often a very
Yes.
powerful search
Yeah.
interest.
Yeah. So it depends where you are. We don't in Florida here. We don't really care about schools too much on the coast because most of our people are well-to-do, wealthy, retired. So schools don't even come into it. Um, but in our cities and towns further inland, it's a big deal. And most agents are not using their school districts, and they should be. So what I would strongly recommend is creating a page for every single school in your area that says homes for sale in, and you'll either use the language school district of, say, St. Mary's Roman Catholic Primary School, whatever it may be, high school, school district, and in some areas they call it school zones. So you've got to learn the language for your particular state and neighborhood. And some people call it catchment areas in different parts. So just find out what the language is if you're not involved in schools. If it's catchment areas, school zoning, school districts, use that language. Then use the name of the school and then homes for sale in, and then create a search around the school, and you will get leads from that. It's a really powerful way of generating new business, especially now, right now, this very minute, as the schools are changing, the seasons, the different times of the year.
And that's it.
Cool. Okay, how long was this supposed to last, JD?
Anywhere between 15 to 35 minutes. So we
Right,
we hit
so
just under half an hour.
All right, I've got a Zoom call to jump on myself. So if everybody's good, I think that helps people along the way anyway.